Yo, what is going on, everyone? We're back with another SnowRunner mod review, and today we're going to check out the IV Heritage 211. It is a console-friendly Chevy Silverado inspired mod. It doesn't have the official Chevy badge or branding, and it doesn't say Silverado, but you can clearly see this is a Silverado. And today's mod review is going to take place in Cascade Springs, the Winter Edition. This map is going to be the focus for a majority of our mod reviews for the next couple of weeks. I'm really excited to check out this mod map, and there's going to be a separate review on that later. But before we jump into it, guys, you know what to do. Drop a like on the video and a sub on the channel. Let's jump into it. Alright, time to customize up the IV Heritage 211. This is a older gen Chevy Silverado inspired mod, console friendly of course, because there's no official name or branding, and it was made by PuppyMaster, but I think it's worth checking out. Engine, we got the vanilla 5.7 liter V8, the SE Dirty Max, and the AAT 8V 5.2 custom. So we get the 5.7 liter gasoline powered V8, diesel powered Dirty Max, and a complete overhaul of the original design, raw, unadulterated, power only, rivaled by its own fuel consumption, brings spare gas. So, this is vanilla-ish. This is stock, but overhauled, I'm assuming. And well, SE is like not OP, but it's up there. I kind of want to see what happens. Yeah, so this engine actually costs more than it comes by default. Power to weight is down a little bit. Fuel consumption is down. Alright, let's stick with that. It's stock. So we've got the V Scout off-road, a gearbox customized for better off-road performance, sacrificing gear count, top speed, and fuel efficiency, but offering 3 low gear stages. Then we have the Crawler Box HD, SE off-road, and the OP Iggy's research and development. We don't want to do anything OP with this truck right now, but off-road 6 auto, gears 3 low gears, high gear. I think we're going to stick with the Scout off-road. Suspension, we got stock, SE active hauling suspension, it's a low leveling suspension, and then lifted, we're going to go with lifted. Tires, HS1, 2, 3 in 38 and 43, UHD 1, 2, 3 in 38 and 43, and then all-terrain, we've got the 211 stock all-terrains, the SE 211 stock all-terrains, so just a little bit better version in 38 and 43, and then we got AS1 all the way to UAD 3 off-road. We've got OS1, UOD 2 and 1 and 3, 38 to 43, and we also have the 38 to 43 SE custom off-road. And mud tires, we got MS1, TMHS1, TMHS1, SE version, 38 to 43. I think 43 is as high as we're going to go. Yeah. Now, this is one of the things that I don't understand about PuppyMaster's mods. Like, this is a decent model. And the front bumper has some texture mapping and detail to it, some little scratches and stuff. That looks nice. But no custom tires. No decent, realistic tires. I don't understand going this realistic. Or trying to, I guess, with the model, but not putting any realism into the tires themselves. So, I don't want to go anything that's SE, so I'm going to take the 43 MSH IV. Winch, we got the V Basic, snorkel, frame add-on, small roof rack. We could take a flatbed, maintainer frame, small sideboard, repair supplies, service cab. So there's some good options here. I'm going to take the repair supplies, 250 repair parts, 4 spare wheels, and 120 fuel tank. Add a beacon if we want, basic exhaust, rooftop beacons, and fog light. Front bumper, we can put the toe loops one on or stock, or we could leave it just like that, which I'm going to leave it just like that. And rims, we got vanilla basic rims. Color options, well, this is interesting to see. Some of these colors change the texture of the bumpers. We'll go with red. This is a nice red. It's got a little bit of black trim and decal to it, so that's what we'll go with. And yeah, we'll pull this bad boy out and see what it can do. Alrighty, let's start it up. Alright, so start sounds realistic. We got a little bit of engine shake that kind of goes in line with the engine starting and idling. The RPM gauge works. We don't have a logo on the steering wheel, but that makes sense. There is great detail, like the wiper arm, the lights, the radio. It's all filled out. I think this is one of the very first mods I've seen PuppyMaster release that has the interior filled out and completed. And let's not recognize the detail on the repair parts in the back. We gotta get the arm swing here too. It looks like cup holders, mirrors are working so far. Exterior looks really, really nice. The texture mapping, you can tell this truck's used. It's a work truck. The suspension has some decent detail to it overall. I think the only thing, and we can open the tailgate, which is really cool. I think the only thing that I'm really going to get kind of picky on here is just the fact that there's no realistic tires for this truck. But this is a lot, I don't want to say a lot, this is a little bit of an improvement over what PuppyMaster's released. But I mean, this is probably one of the most basic interiors you could have had to do, so I don't know. I don't know how much that's going to show. And I haven't seen this map at all, really, so I don't know the right way to go. But I do like the idea of going left down here. And yeah, we'll just cruise for a little bit, see where it takes us. And of course I put us back in the garage because I hit the X button trying to turn on my all-wheel drive. Alright, let's get rid of tools. Even two-wheel drive, it doesn't do bad. I will say that. Might be able to grab a really nice picture here. Boom. Alright, we gotta get rid of this again. So we're gonna turn left here. And then I believe we take another left. Yep. So the steering seems balanced. It's not super sensitive. It's not lagging behind by any means. Oh, we just stalled there in high gear. Must be struggling here a little bit. Is it just me or does the truck almost seem broken? I'm flooring it. The diff lock on. Yeah, and we're just crawling. It's almost like the truck's too heavy for this engine. It's kind of what it seems like. It also could just be snow. Once we got up there in second and third gear, we didn't have near as much problem. It is pushing through pretty good. Like this is set up pretty realistic. It's not OP by any means. We gotta keep the diff lock on and keep it in a low plus to trail through here. I did not expect these trails to be this intense. The reflections, like you can see the little scratches and orange, well, it's chrome, so it's not really orange peel, but the wear and tear in the chrome pieces on this truck. There is a lot of attention to detail in the texture mapping on this compared to a lot of the other mods PuppyMaster has done. I will say that. Engine sounds are calm, nothing crazy. Very balanced, if anything. They're not overpowering, they're not too quiet. Would like to be able to get up in a high gear though. We just stall every time we try. Big difference that low plus and the diff lock makes, that's for sure. The suspension play and movement is pretty decent. It's not too stiff or too soft. It's kind of, I'd expect it for an old work truck like this. And this is ultimately what this is, a regular cab work truck. I'm surprised we're even still following the trail because it's really tough to see here. This is a really interesting map. This seems pretty legit for trailing, that's for sure, especially in the winter time. Snow wheeling is, as Canadians like to call it. I don't know if we curved here. Yeah, we curved. There we go. We're still doing okay. But I think, like, you know, I'm gonna say this as blunt and honest as I can. I don't think PuppyMaster has no skill when it comes to modding. I think he chooses to rush a lot of his mods. And I think if you put the same type of attention, detail, and care into his mods, there's a good chance he'd be able to produce a lot better quality mods than he typically does. Now, the only argument anyone really has is, well, oh, Canadian, I'd like to see you make a mod. But here's the thing, I've never claimed that I could make a mod. I don't make mods. I have an interest in learning, but I haven't done it yet. That's the reality of it. I have no problem admitting that. But there's a lot of great mod developers out there who have the talent and skill and don't have access to models, and that's, you know, I'm happy to contribute models and do a tiny bit in a project. I like doing the write-ups, I like doing the XML editing, and that's where a lot of mod developers actually started. But if I had to pick a game to start making mods for, I honestly don't think it would be SnowRunner at this point. It is quite a lot to learn how to mod in SnowRunner. And like I said, I'd rather help contribute models and other assets towards mod developers who could really make something great with them than, you know, probably half-assed mod release. Let's be honest here. Because I think SnowRunner is in a critical point as a game. I don't think it's going to die right away, but I do think that the player count is going lower, and the only thing that keeps this game alive, in my opinion, is the mods that top-end mod developers make, like Iceberg, like Big Dubs. Mr. Buses has put out a couple of really decent mods lately, and I could name a handful. I know for sure when the game first started, the only reason I was even able to keep playing the game was tweakers like Max Mike and JBE, for example. And you know, so yeah, I don't make mods, and right now I can't. Dead honest with you, I can't make a SnowRunner mod right now. If I'm gonna put the time and attention to learn how to make a quality mod, SnowRunner probably isn't gonna be the game that I'm gonna decide to do that in right now. But again, you know, that's why I try to work with mod developers here and there to bring some decent mods to life, because I think this game can live an extremely long time as long as mod developers still exist, because they're putting these custom scenarios in, like this great map. They're putting in custom trucks like this that make the game playable and realistic, and so that's where I think, you know, the future SnowRunner is going to be. But I don't think it's the time in the game life for me to start trying to start from square one, because then I'm going to be where a lot of mod developers were, and that's the learning point. And by the time I actually get good enough to release a really good quality mod, you know, the reality is that the game is probably going to be closer to its end of life than it is now. It's really hard to judge a game like SnowRunner for end of life because we don't know what their future plans are. I know there's some speculation and rumors that content's going to stop after Season 7 or Season 8 of SnowRunner, but I don't know how true that could be. This game has a lot of potential, but some simple bugs stay in it. And, you know, I think, like, PuppyMaster has an ego on him, and he does belittle other mod developers. He can't be self-critical and can't accept criticism on his own mods. And he has a really, really tough time accepting that he has the skill and ability to make better mods than he's making. And that's what holds him back. That's it. Like, this Silverado is a night and day difference from almost every other mod he's released in the last, I'll say, 6 to 10 months. And I'm gonna highlight some more mods later this week in mod reviews. Some that I skimmed over, a couple that I've already reviewed, but I'm gonna re-review because there's a particular modder that, you know, I've seen in the community since the game launched, and the way that modder has further developed their skill with mod creation in SnowRunner is absolutely incredible. And it's really interesting to see the progress that mod developer made from the start to now. And no, it's not Iceberg, no, it's not Delta, but Delta and Iceberg, that situation is a very similar story. And it's just, this is, you know, that's why I think PuppyMaster has the potential to do a lot more. But, you know, just adding these tires instead of adding custom tires and custom rims, and like, those are two small details that could have taken this mod to a whole different level than it is. And he chose not to. That's just lazy. Hate to say it, but that's just lazy. That's all it is. But this is probably going to be my final review on any of the IX stuff. It's not fun to review. The quality isn't there, and it's either extremely, like, unbalanced and OP and slightly broken, or it's like this. And I could have gone with the OP add-ons for sure, and winter tires. I don't think the winter tires would have made a huge difference here, but in the deep snow. But I could have gone through a slightly different customization. But the point is that like, there's always something in a mod from IX and PuppyMaster that they get lazy on, or they half-ass, and it does take away from ultimately what the mod could be, in my opinion. So that's all it is. It's my opinion. You don't have to agree with it, and if you don't agree with it, I respect that. That's totally fine. There's a lot of mod developers that I like that most people don't like, and there's still a lot of mod developers that you probably like that I don't like, and that's just a part of life. I don't mean this to be disrespectful or anything like that. It's just, you know, I'm going to continue to review mods and create content, and I'm going to continue to be honest in it, and that's it. I'm not going to sugarcoat or downplay something to make something look better than, you know, it probably should be. So, anyways, I'm done crawling here and chatting, but you know what to do. Drop a like on the video, drop a sub on the channel, and we'll catch you with the next one, guys.